So I will start now with our next guest speaker. It will be to His Excellency, Mr. Miltιάδης Vlarvičiotis. Wherever you like, if you would like to. We'd like to make it 1 hour session, a little bit more interactive, so we will not be very boring. I know it's the end of the day. So I'd like to say a few words about you, sir. So you are the former Minister of Shipping and Maritime Affairs of the Hellenic Republic. He was the chairman of the Mercantile Marine Section and later of the chairman of the Development Section of the New Democracy Party. So it's a long CV, made it very short. So I have a small question for you, and then you tell me if you'd like to answer this question, or you tell us your notes. We heard yesterday from His Excellency the Prime Minister that the volume of the shipping sector is increasing. At the same time, we see that the shipping sector is suffering a little bit, and sometimes a lot, in Greece. Although 90% of the goods of Europe goes to the sea, through the sea, and especially through the Greek ports. As well, 45 or 43% of the EU fleet is under Greek ownership. So here's my question for you. How do you see this sector developing? How can this sector boost growth? Because our session for today is about infrastructure. And how do you see the relationship with the Arab world? So you have the question about development and about relations.
Well, I'm very pleased and honored to be here. And I would like to express, first of all, my gratitude and my thanks to our friend Tufik Khoury, who has been a visionary of this summit. And I would like to answer, but also to say that it's very important for, as it has been presented before, that actually it's not Europe the one who is receiving the exports of oil and gas of the Gulf countries and the Arab production countries. There is a big opportunity there, and this gas and oil may be transported safely and mainly with the Greek-owned fleet, which is now one of the youngest worldwide, the biggest. Let's say the Greek fleet has an average age of 11 years per ship, while the world medium is 13. And it has large capacities because the average Greek ship has a gross tonnage of 72,000, while the world average is 43,000. And lately, the Greeks have really invested in the LNG sector and in the product carriers, so they can offer definitely a vast variety of transport of oil. Actually, more than 25% of the oil being shipped out of the Gulf countries is carried through Greek-owned ships. But what I'm puzzled, and I found very important, and while I was in the Ministry of Shipping, I tried to advance, but I find really disappointing, is that the fact that between European Union and the Arab world, there are no particular agreements that would facilitate this trade. And actually, we are lacking, especially Greece is lacking, bilateral shipping agreements with almost all the Arab states. Just recently, we signed with Morocco, only a few weeks ago, and it's a very important step. With Tunisia, we're discussing that for 3 years now. With Egypt, we have since 1984. With the Emirates, we don't have. And it's crazy for a country like Greece not to have bilateral shipping agreements that would facilitate the ships to go, would facilitate the sailors, and would facilitate the services. So we have to work hard on advancing these bilateral, first of all, treaties, and second, to advance the free trade agreements between the Arab world and the European Union. There has been only one discussion about one deep and comprehensive free trade agreement that started with Morocco in 2013, and it's frozen now. And in order to maintain and to increase the stability, most probably maintain the countries that they have stability and increase the level of stability in the countries that they are in need of that, we should definitely politically work on that and push European Union to move forward with these agreements. I think, and I'm closing my remarks on that because I would like to have a lively dialogue here. I think that through shipping, we can actually open a new window to our relations. The new Panama Canal, the new Suez Canal, that has doubled the capacity of the ships that they can pass through from 43 to 97, and it's predicted to generate for Egypt more than for 15 billion a year, is a great opportunity, a great infrastructure that we should definitely grasp immediately. Through the network of the ports of the Mediterranean, through the infrastructure in the ports, and through the triangular, let's say, relations that we can create and corridors of the sea that we can create, definitely we can boost the trade in the Mediterranean between the Gulf and Greece. The final point I would like to make, because it hasn't been presented so far as I was following this conference. Greece has one of the most competitive regimes for the establishment and the operation of shipping companies. And it's not only looking forward to Greek-owned companies. It's looking forward to the world. It has a tax-free regime. It has introduced the tonnage tax, which is the most clear and beneficiary for both parties, both the state and the owners, a system of taxation on the fleet. We don't count what you make, but we count what you can carry. And this regime, which is a tax-free regime, which is constitutionally observed by Greece and is recognized by the European Union, although we have some problems lately, but definitely we are going to solve, is a very good regime for anyone to invest or to move the operation of any shipping company in Greece. Definitely a lot of major Arab-owned shipping companies are located in Greece. We have more than 250,000 people, expertise, that they can work in this company, and we can offer very good services. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you for making it as well brief and interesting. Thank you.